welcome back to Absolutely Long Island. Today we are going to talk about the new bar scene, better known as the text. Because back in the day, you would go to a bar and people really couldn't get away with the things they say over text. Because you're going to get a pie in the face, a drink in the face, you're going to get possibly punched, kicked, whatever.
Right.
If you said what people say
Nowadays.
on text today, forget it, you could never do it. So this is basically, 2020 and what it's like, only your bar is your phone.
Exactly.
And so you had such crazy texts recently that I said, our viewers have to hear these texts.
Yeah, I had a crazy text and then I had a vicious email with someone that I never met that was beyond hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, and I was upset because at the end he actually blocked me and I wanted to continue to go after him because
Talk
he
about
was
it though.
so vicious.
Talk about how it started out as you're the most wonderful woman in the world.
Yeah, so I get
really
I get an email on one of the dating sites from an older gentleman, very unattractive.
Very unattractive.
It wasn't attractive at all, and I thought to myself, let me give him a shot. Because sometimes I go for looks and it hasn't worked out for me, obviously.
Right.
And he was very complimentary. He's like, wow, I can't believe you're 55, you're such a sexy looking woman, so attractive, la la la, all this and that. And I was like, okay. He seemed like he had a couple dollars. He said in his profile he had a house in Florida, I think a place in the city, and then something upstate.
So at least you don't have to support him.
Right, because I've had that.
Because you've had that.
I've had that.
Yeah.
Like, hey babe, can you get this bill? I'll get the next one, and the next one never happened. So I've gotten that before. So anyway, long story short, he approached me. I answered him back. Now I'm at work. This was the other day at work, so I didn't have my phone attached at the hip. I was actually doing something. And he got very aggressive right away because at one point he asked me a question and I didn't answer him back literally within 5 minutes.
How dare you? How dare you? You miserable, mediocre nothing. You're a self-consumed, no talent, mediocre piece of shit.
Within 5 minutes.
So maybe like 10 minutes went by.
So first he's saying you're wonderful, you're 55. How can this beauty, this flower,
be 55?
Be 55 and not completely engaged or married or whatever, right? And so then he sends you a text within 5 minutes. What is he saying to you now?
Something like, do you work? This and that. I said, yes, I work. I have a job. I work 5 days a week.
I know. Somebody's got to have that job, right?
Long Island, and he's like, well, I made my fortune on Wall Street. I don't have to work anymore. Blah blah blah. Went down that road.
Yeah.
And so at one point, my boss needed something at work. So I left my phone. I guess I was gone maybe 10, 15 minutes. And in the interim, when I was gone, he sent me like 3 text messages. Like one was like, hey hun, which I despise.
Right.
Hun, I despise it.
Yeah.
Hey hun, can you pick up the phone? Can we chat? And, oh, I guess you're not interested. Okay, good luck to you, honey. And that was all within a 10-minute time frame.
Right.
And I was with my boss talking about something.
But that's not even that bad.
Yeah,
it got worse.
So it got worse. So then I go back to him and I said, I'm sorry. I said, I'm working. I told you I was working. I said I was engaged with my boss. And he said, I don't have a crystal ball. How was I supposed to know you were working? And I said, it doesn't take a crystal ball to figure out that on a Wednesday afternoon when I tell you I have a full-time job and I'm working and I'm not attached at the hip with my cell phone.
Right.
Well, that was all I had to say. He went wild, like hog wild on me, like an animal. Okay, so he was like, listen, honey, I can buy and sell your whole town. With my Wall Street bonuses, this and that. You're washed up. You have kids. You got no man. He probably left you for a younger woman. Now you're in a dead end job. Like he doesn't even know me, and he just was spewing this anger and this animosity, and I just was like, and his name was Joey. And he called himself Joey, and I said, listen, little Joey, and then I went off on him big time, because sometimes it's almost better to yell at them than even have like a good date. Because after you've been doing this for so many years, like you just want to brawl. Like you want to get the gloves on and you want to get the mud out and start like wrestling in the mud with them.
Right.
You know, kicking them, scratching them with your nails. It's like, because, you know,
You just
like,
can't take it.
you can't take it. You can't take the
anymore.
bad behavior.
You went from
Yeah.
a beautiful flower,
Yeah, to a
You know,
washed up
to
peg.
washed up,
No man
like,
wants
you know,
you.
that
Yeah.
daisy on the ground that thousands of people have stepped on and pushed into the ground within a span of a half an hour
Yeah.
because you didn't answer
Yeah.
his test.
And then he said to me, and I said, "Oh, I'm a washed up hag now. I was a sexy lady 5 minutes ago." I said, "What happened to the sexy lady who looks so great at 55? You can't believe it."
Yeah.
Blah blah blah, and it went on and on and on, and he was so vicious. Yeah.
So anyway, so that's like the vicious.
viciousness.
Vicious
And I was
for
so
the-
mad because then I gave him an even nastier thing, but he blocked me. So
Oh,
that
too
was
bad.
the end of that. Because I would have gone
Too bad.
on like all night. Like I would just do it over and over and
If
over.
only we could have him on the show. So then you read me a text, like the other day, about this guy. I couldn't stop laughing. It was
Yeah.
so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. And that's another episode.
Yeah.
Don't get us started about Mr. Ridiculous who couldn't pronounce ridiculous. But
Yeah.
that's a whole nother show.
Yeah.
So this one
This was
was
a young
cracking
guy.
me up.
Yeah, she was laughing because I was like, "This is the message that I get on here." So it's on a dating site. He's a younger guy, and so he starts off kind of normal. You know, what are you looking for on here? You know, because like I said, online people looking for all different things: hookups, relationships. You know,
Farm animals.
a million,
You know, anything you could think
a
of.
million different things.
You know. Yeah.
And I've heard it all. Okay, so
Yeah.
anyway, so he says to me, "I'm seeking a relationship with an older woman. I love the know-how, decisiveness, and certainty of a woman with intelligence." So then he says, so now I don't answer because I don't really know what to say to that. Then I'm submissive a bit. So I've been looking for an older woman than myself to serve as well as date. Serve.
Serve.
So
I know, that's what cracked me up. I want to serve as well as date.
So I said,
So you're a waiter.
so I said, "What do you mean by serve? Are you looking for some sort of dominatrix type situation? Because I've been down that road before, as you know, several times.
Yeah, with somebody
And-
making sure that it's crazy
Yeah,
people.
yeah. Like, I've got to throw out those latex pants. But anyway, so he goes, not necessarily dominatrix, but I'm looking for a woman who I can spoil, serve, do as she says, etc. If she would like to see other men, that is fine, and I would gladly be monogamous to her. I think it's hot for the woman to do as she pleases."
Yeah, right.
So he goes, "I think the woman having control is quite the dynamic." Then I didn't answer. Then he sends me a question mark. And then I'm like, "I'm not sure that's the type of relationship I'm looking for." That's my response. And then he says, "I mean, it's everything a real relationship entails, families, vacations, etc., except that the man is obedient to the woman essentially." And then I said, "Well, I'll certainly have to think about this." I said, "I'm not sure." And then he says, "How about Monday we meet for coffee?" And he mentioned a couple of places, and that was the end of it. And then he said a couple of other silly things, and then I said, he goes, "Are you not interested in meeting up? You know, why don't we meet for coffee? I don't drink alcohol. It inhibits muscle growth, and I like to work out with vigorous intensity."
Look at that! This thing is amazing! Oh, my God!
So,
Vigorous intensity.
Yeah, and that was the end of that.
He has to work out because he's serving all these women,
Yeah.
right? I mean, he has to work out with vigorous intensity.
Yes, yes.
Because, how often can you, carry somebody,
Maybe he's serving
you know-
them. Maybe he's carrying them around the house or vacuuming, doing wash. He's very busy serving these women. This is what he gets off on.
So you have one guy who basically calls you a washed up
Yeah,
head.
you're a washed up hag. You're old. You're probably never going to get a man. You're pushing Social Security. Totally.
Right.
I'm like, I'm not sexy anymore. What happened? In a 20 minute
Yeah.
span, I went from a sexy, hot 55-year-old lady
Yeah.
to you're getting Social Security, you're washed up, no man
Yeah.
wants you, you got kids, you got a dead end job. You know, should I blow my brains out? Is that next? I mean, you know, is Joey gonna send me a gun? End it all, honey. You know, blow your brains out. You know, you're 55. You got no man.
So you have crazy people. You have people wanting to serve you.
Yeah, they want to serve me.
You know,
I'm
which
gonna
I don't
get it.
believe for 5 minutes.
No, it's a sickness. Men,
It's
men
a
like
sickness.
that. Yeah, some men
Yeah,
like
you notice that when men want to be nice to women, it's a sickness.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's the world we're living in.
true,
For
that's
people
true.
to be nice, it's a
It's
sickness.
It's a sickness.
You know, it's like they've got the sickness. You know, when they
I
want to
know.
be nice to you. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you know, they're just going to browbeat
Otherwise,
you.
they're
Or,
like,
you
you're
know.
dead in the water, honey. You're 55. You got a dead end job.
Yeah,
you
you're
got
washed
kids.
up.
You no man. Your man cheated on you. Like,
Yeah.
I you
Whatever.
know, yeah, sick.
Exactly right. You gotta have fun with these things. You really have to have fun with these things because it's really crazy. This would never go on in a bar.
Never.
Because can you see somebody just getting off the stool, coming back every 5 minutes and
Yeah.
telling you something different?
Yeah.
That would never happen.
Terrible.
It's only through texting and emails.
Yeah,
We've
yeah.
created a crazy society.
It's
We really
monstrous.
have.
It's really
because you
monstrous.
can say anything to anybody
Yeah.
and get away with it.
Yeah.
You know, you just type your thing and you're like, all right, on to the next one, you know, and whatever. And you recently had another texter who, and before we go, because we only have a couple of minutes left, but before you go, the guy was juggling. And I don't mean, I mean juggling women.
Oh,
where
okay,
if
yeah.
you ever, anybody out there, if anyone ever doesn't make definite plans with you, it's because they're juggling. They don't make definite plans. They base it, and everybody out here has probably experienced this. Because you were telling me, I was like, oh, he's juggling.
Yeah.
I really can't make it. I forgot my aunt from whatever, the Lehigh Valley is coming to dinner, and I completely forgot about it. Let's have coffee instead.
Yeah,
Translation,
we were
I'm not
meeting-
spending any money on you until I see your face, your figure, your ass, whatever.
Yeah. We were
I'm
meeting,
gonna see you
for a
first.
drink.
Right.
We were meeting for a drink.
No way.
And then that morning, he gives me my brother. I forgot my brother.
Yeah.
I have to have dinner with my brother. We're celebrating my mother's birthday. Blah
Right.
blah blah. I can't meet you for a drink, but can
Let's
we
have
do coffee?
Yeah, coffee's much cheaper.
Yeah.
You know, the guy gets out his wallet. He's like, I got $3. What
Yeah.
am I going to do with this?
Yeah.
You know, all right, I'll take her to Starbucks instead. I'm not going to spend the money. I'm not going to spend my Saturday night because you know why? I'm texting 5 different women. And if somebody better comes along,
Yeah.
I'm hooking up with them, not you. You're coffee.
Yeah, you're coffee.
You're a latte. That's all you're worth.
Yeah.
So
So
latte girl.
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden you meet him for the latte. You
Right.
have a good time. He
Yeah.
sees that you're not a washed up hag.
yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Nana canceled.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. She's
Yeah.
not going to have the dinner tonight.
Yeah.
You want to go to dinner after all? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. That's what he
My
called.
butt.
Yeah.
That's the point. And then, you know, of course, miraculously, you know, the dinner that I completely forgot about got canceled. So women out there, if that ever happens to you, they are
Be
lying.
wary. Be wary.
Hands down. Not even a
Yeah.
doubt.
What did you call it? Crumbing? Crumbs? They give you crumbs?
Breadcrumbing. Breadcrumbing is part of
Breadcrumbing.
it. There's a couple of other things that they do. But it's basically juggling. It's juggling
Yeah.
women around.
Yeah.
Because you think you're the only one they're texting, but it's not. It's like
Yeah.
5,
You're texting
6,
like
7,
4 or
8.
5 women.
It's like when you're sending out resumes for a job.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost like throwing spaghetti on the wall. What sticks?
Yeah.
So did the blonde stick? Did the brunette stick? Who stuck?
Yeah.
You know, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
You know,
sick.
and
It's
then
terrible.
whatever it is, and then you got to juggle. And then you're in trouble because you've got 2 people and you have to make up some excuse.
Yeah.
Because you're only expecting 1 to stick, but
Yeah.
now 3 have stuck.
Right,
Right?
yeah.
So now you have to do
You
that.
have to change your plans.
So you have to
Yeah.
change your plans and lie.
And lie.
And they become such good liars.
Oh my God. Pathological.
I want you to listen to me. I'm going to say this again. I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Pathological liars.
Such good liars at
Oh, yeah,
this.
yeah.
That it's almost, and you would never be able to put up with this if you weren't a texter. So like I said, it's the new bar scene.
Yeah.
So welcome to the new bar scene. We're no longer going out and meeting people face to face. It's all texting. We might as well have robots. They'd probably be kinder.
I know. Well, I'd like to get a robot. You know, they start at like $5,000. You know, from Russia. Very attractive. Dark hair, blue eyes. An 8-pack. I gotta save up. You know, it's like the kid's education or the robot. I don't know. You know, a couple more years of these men, and I'll be putting that down payment on that robot. I'll tell you that much.
Right. Maybe they can
It's a very
start something
handsome-
new. What do you have when you put away for a college
The
education?
529.
A 529, right?
Robot plan.
So we need a robot plan.
Yeah,
absolutely. You start,
yeah.
you know, tax-free dollars, you know,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
people, so you can order
That way
the
we don't
perfect
need
robot.
the men anymore. We don't
you
need
know?
them because, like you always say, men wouldn't even
Oh my
talk
God.
to us.
Men, and I'm sorry for guys out there watching this, but I truly believe that men would not talk to us if it weren't for sex.
Right.
Why?
Right.
You got your beer, you got your buddies, you got your pool hall, you got your football,
football.
you got whatever. If it wasn't for sex, they would never speak to us.
Never.
Never talk to us
No,
because
never.
they're enough with their buds. You
Yeah,
know, they don't
they-
want to have a conversation.
No.
They don't want drama. Remember, you had another guy
Yeah, ghosted
who
me
broke
after-
up with you because your dog died.
Yeah.
And you were sad.
Yeah.
And he was like, "No, I only want happy thoughts.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I can't take
He
this."
ghosted me after 4 dates, and I confronted the ghoster. Usually I let it go, but this one I confronted because I thought we were having a good time. And he's like, "Well, you know, your dog died. You were a little down about that. You leaving your job. I don't want to deal with it. You know, I just want happy thoughts. I don't
Yeah.
want any drama. I don't want anything negative. I want to go out and have fun. And
Yeah.
who cares what's happening in your life? It could be crumbling at your feet, but you better show up with a happy face.
Yeah.
I'm not going to buy you that Cosmo.
Yeah.
You're not going to get that bar appetizer for $8.95. You know, big spender. Okay, so
That's exactly right.
You just want to
That's exactly
choke them. You just want to choke them.
This is well,
You know.
well, everybody. Well, now you know what you have to do. Forget the 529.
Yeah.
You need the robot.
Yeah.
You need to. We have to petition, like maybe Governor Cuomo, because God knows he's nuts anyway. He could probably do anything. You know, to put away some money aside for the robot.
Yeah.
Because that might be the only solution
Yeah,
left.
they're very affectionate. They hold your hand. They talk. You tell them what to say. You know, they'll say whatever you want. And, you know, they don't take the garbage out, but what the hell? You know, that's it. Neither do men. So that's all you're missing. But they're
Sure.
very attractive. Very attractive.
Germ free.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Right.
Free. Yeah.
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 So
They're making
worry
them in
about
Russia.
that. All you do is you just take him in the back and hose him down. Hose him down, get a little Lysol. You're like putting, you know,
Yeah.
you're like whipping up the bucket with the spray bottle out there. You're like, oh, you're good for another one.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
Oh yeah, they're gorgeous. I mean, they have women too. For the men, they'll probably be getting rid of us too. So
Oh.
we'll all be going with the robots.
Yeah, everybody will just have their own robot that's programmed to say exactly what we want them to say.
Yeah.
Exactly
They won't
right.
give you any shit. They won't be talking to other humans. It's just one because you.
Can you
own the
imagine
robot.
though if they really the intelligence developed, the AI intelligence, and now the robots now are talking to other robots and
Yeah.
they're juggling robots.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I can
And
see
then-
that happening.
Yeah, and then they get rid of us.
Yeah,
And then
and-
we're back on Match.com.
It's gone to
Yeah, 360.
We're back on Match because now the robots are doing their own thing.
Yeah,
That's like the
yeah.
end of the road.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we had a good time. We hope you had some laughs with us today. And new videos posted every Friday. We will see you then. And don't forget, please subscribe down below and give us some comments. And if you're a robot, just give us, we'll give you the phone number.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Just comment us. We'll write back to you. Give us an email. Anyway, see you later.
See you next time.
Bye.